Lysol was invented in 1889 in Germany. In 1911, poisoning by drinking Lysol was the most common means of suicide in Australia. To this day, one of the active ingredients is highly toxic to fish. In the late 1920s, Lysol decided to pivot a little bit, and they began marketing their product as a feminine hygiene cure-all. It was claimed vaginal douching with the diluted Lysol prevented infections, vaginal odor, and thereby preserved youth and marital bliss. Lysol's marketing as a feminine hygiene solution started out fairly tame. For example, in 1935, they were using this as their marketing campaign.
All right, so it's a lady, black and white picture, and it says, "The poise that knowledge gives." That's the big headline there.
And she's looking pretty classy, right?
Yeah, I'd say.
She is looking like she's kind of like holding her leg. I'm sure there's some burning going on. She's kind of looking like she's clenching. She doesn't seem blissful at all.
A little bit of
yeah, see, that's
postures.
the kind of insight I would not be.
There's something.
Yeah, you're capturing a nuance there that I missed.
She looks like a living ghost, like mid-haunting.
Isn't that like
The
an
Lysol
oxymoron, a
has
living
taken all
ghost?
pigmentation from her skin.
But still looking a little bit royal, a little bit regal, the facial expression anyway. Like she's rocking that clean pussy and she knows it.
Yeah. She's rocking
She
the
does
clean
have that
pussy.
sort of like, I know something you don't smirk.
Mm-hmm.
And then 1940s and 50s, advertisers were determined that women weren't buying enough of their products, so they started a new marketing campaign to literally shame and scare the shit out of women. So this is where it gets hilarious. From probably the 1940s, 1950s.
So it shows this woman like having what looks like a pretty good day. It says, "A perfect wife until 6 p.m." And then apparently she gets incredibly sad about her
disposition. Because
before
her
that,
came home and called her, smelling a little funky down there, right? That's what the ad implies, obviously. She's smiling, she's got the baby in her hands, greeting people, talking on the telephone, and then she's got a tear in her eye.
Yeah, her marriage was marred by one neglect few husbands can forgive.
So up to 6 p.m., she's like awesome. But after 6 p.m., boom.
Expiration.
The wear and tear of lifting that baby and using that vacuum.
It just wears out your vag, I guess.
So here's another classic example.
All right, this one says it's a lady, and she's trying to open a door, and it says, "Please, Dave, please don't let me be locked out from you," she screams. And then the little subcaption is, "Often a wife fails to realize that doubts due to one intimate neglect shut her out from happy married love." So, like, I'm assuming this means that her vag stinks so bad that her husband is locking himself in the bedroom. Is like, this is not, you can't enter this because it's
double lock, deadbolt. Had to go with the deadbolt.
Wow.
What a plight to have that smelly of a vag.
That's what
and be that horny that you're like knocking down the doors. Like, please.
Yeah. Oh my
I
God,
need
that's
it.
right.
If only there was a reasonably priced product that could cure this.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so another classic one is another love match, Shipwrecked on the dangerous reefs of half-truths about feminine hygiene. Lysol has prevented many such tragedies, and it shows the woman just looking terrified, holding the little baby who's obviously mad that the daddy's leaving. The daddy's got the luggage in the hand. He's even wearing the hat, and he's walking the other way like, I'm getting the fuck out of here.
Yeah, he's done with the smelly pussy.
I think her daughter is mad at her mom. Like, God damn it, Mom. Why didn't you use a fucking Lysol?
But she's mad because she's that close to her pussy. She's like, why are you making me smell this shit?
She's like, I get it. I get why he left.
Yeah,
run, Dad,
let
run.
me leave with Daddy is what she's trying to say.
He's like, nah, that shit's genetic. You have to stay. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Lysol was responsible for the whole deadbeat dad.
Yeah,
term.
basically. Well, I mean, I blame the women.
This is great. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Doomsday.
So I don't get. So what is it exactly that they're saying here? So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, she's okay, but then, like, the apocalypse.
It can happen at any moment in time.
And look how she's counting. Like, when was the last time I Lysoled my vagina? There's a woman looking perplexed. She's got her fingers out, like trying to calculate when the last time she douched with what we now know to be an industrial solvent.
So this is
what does that fine print say?
It's calendar fear.
Calendar fear, undermining your.
You're
healthy?
Your health, question mark.
Oh, there's a question mark. Okay.
What they don't
I should have my
say
glasses.
is, like, what was the applicator like? I mean, was it still like an aerosol at this point?
Or a spray?
And you're just, like, holding it all awkward? Or
It was like a bidet.
So they just found out that it killed fish, and this was like a natural transition for them?
Yeah, exactly.
She succeeded in business. You got this lady looking all successful on the phone.
She's a secretary, which is about
yes.
as far as they would let women be in
1950s,
business.
yeah. She is not running that business, but failed as a wife because her vagina smelled.
It says pretty smart. But she didn't know how important Lysol is in feminine hygiene.
You really can't have it all, ladies.
Yeah, you
You
gotta
either
be
need to stay home and douche or work and just accept that you're going to be a spinster.
one of the two. Yeah.
Yeah, they're like women that just can't even have children, but they're like stay at home taking care of their vaginas all day.
All right, this next one says she was a quote-unquote perfect wife, except for one neglect. And, there's a little asterisk there. And then there's 5 pictures. One of she was lovely, efficient, economical, affectionate, cheerful, but she was careless or ignorant. That's in, parentheses there, about feminine hygiene. And her husband would gladly have traded most of her virtues to correct this one. So, her husband would be like, fuck the efficiency,
Keep it lovely to
I
yourself.
can't put my dick in
Keep
your
it cheerful.
savvy spending. I don't give a shit if you're economical.
I mean, but you know what? Because I think you guys all know I'm all about defending the women. I think it's partially the husband's fault for not buying her Lysol.
It could be.
Like,
Maybe it was her fault. She's like, it's just not in the budget, sweetie. I'm sorry.
Oh, so she's controlling the budget.
She's economical. I don't know. That's what it says.
She's like,
Too economical, is it?
It's like, just plug your nose.
Love quiz. For married folks only. Why does he avoid her embrace? Because he is no longer happy in their marriage, constantly makes excuses to avoid the romantic intimacy of their honeymoon. What has she done? Is it really all her fault? It's not so much what she has done, so much as what she has neglected, and that is proper feminine hygiene.
Is this a thing where, okay, obviously this is fucking crazy that you'd spray Lysol on your pussy, but is this a thing that is a concern on the reg for women?
Oh, it was just wafting through the air back in the 50s.
Yeah,
Is that right? Is that that's how pollution got started?
Yeah, that's where the term smog comes from.
That's how the greenhouse gases started getting.
Have you guys noticed how hard they're pushing the word neglect? It's not just like you forgot or you were busy. It's like you made the deliberate decision to neglect your vagina.
It's your responsibility to take
Shameful.
care of that shit,
Yeah.
and you didn't do it.
Yeah, they just loved shaming
Neglect.
and hate-mongering.
Okay, so do we know? Obviously, we don't use Lysol for badges anymore, which is why badges are
Speak
so
for yourself.
They
stinky now.
pivoted.
Dedicated ones.
But why did they stop?
They realized that they were having a terrible time cleaning 100% of vaginas. They were probably around 70%. So they figured they could up the ante by cleaning 99% of countertops.
Yeah, exactly.
Lysol, what it takes to protect.